Hiring has been so challenging in the hospitality industry over the past couple of years, and even though there is progress being made on being more flexible, offering clearer career paths, offering better pay, the challenges remain.
I think what business leaders everywhere have to understand is just how built in this is. We stopped having enough babies 25, 30 years ago. So that's data point number one. Data point number two, and what was accelerated by the pandemic, was the retirement of the baby boom generation. The way that I think of it is not just that there's not enough younger generations to replace the baby boomers and the associated growth and employment you need. But think of it this way, baby boomers are retiring. That means that they're still out there as retirees demanding goods and services, and often those are very much focused on the hospitality business, but they're no longer involved in producing those goods and services because they're retired. And that is a tension that's going to exist in the economy, with this mismatch between the number of people who are still buying goods and services but aren't producing them. That's going to last really until the baby boom generation dies out. So this is a decade plus problem for the business community.
I'm Josiah McKenzie. I'm the host of Hospitality Daily, and one of the things I love about hosting this podcast is I get a chance to talk with people, frontline operators, leaders in hospitality that are thinking of creative solutions to this. They're thinking about how do we make sure that we are a talent magnet, we're bringing the right people to work in our hotels or hospitality businesses. And I want to play a couple clips from conversations I've had recently that opened my mind in terms of some of the potential of thinking outside of maybe a demographic that you've historically thought of as key for hiring staff into your hotel or your restaurant, and that is older people.
Having a percentage of older workers, first of all, brings a maturity. Normally they're not live in, they're live out, because they're more likely to be from the local community. And coming from the local community, you know, they've got a family life usually, and they're much more grounded. So you do also find that they will speak their mind and take no nonsense. You know, it's quite often, you know, what time do you call this? You know, where have you been this morning? Am I supposed to make all the teas, or are you going to help? You know, because I suppose they're more confident.
Hospitality is an apprenticeship business, and if you don't have people with experience, people who understand what it looks like to show up, serve guests, making them feel welcome, it's going to be very difficult to maintain the level of excellence that you want in your hospitality business.
You know, we're looking for the retiree. My wife's a great example. You know, she's comes from hospitality. She loves to take care of people. If she could go somewhere, she could care less about how much money she made. But if she could go somewhere and work 1 or 2 days a week, 4 or 5 hours, and just talk to people and help them, that's a market. So we recognize that. We started to go try to find those people.
I retired about 4 years ago now from teaching full-time. And was enjoying my retirement life. But, you know, I thought, you know, there's a need for me and my feeling of things to always be able to give back to the industry. You know, I viewed a lot of my academic career being on that focus. So I tried to think of some of the things that might be appropriate to do that. And, you know, I enjoy the whole environment and atmosphere of a hotel. And I haven't worked in a hotel per se in a daily operation in a long time. I'm living in a resort area. People come here to enjoy themselves and so on. And so I enjoy working and interacting with people who come from all different places, do all kinds of different things. But also the uniqueness and the differences of the kinds of employees that I get to interact with. You know, in my case, you know, I'm working with my grandkids. You know, I mean, you know, one of the young ladies I work with on the front desk is the same age as my oldest granddaughter, you know, and so I think you have a different relationship with your grandkids than you do with your kids, and I enjoy that aspect of things because I watch them, and I'm not there to show them or tell them things. I'm just one of them. You know, I have some skills from my past experience in terms of how to deal with customers, but I'm learning from them some of the issues of how they're using the technology. in the process of things that we do and how we use that in the process of things today. So, I think that there's a way for us to learn from each other, and I'm not there to teach them, and I'm not there necessarily just to learn from them, but I'm there to interact with them in whatever ways that we interact with each other. So, I enjoy it. It's just been a lot of fun.
What do you think? I feel like some of the things that we heard here seem like they have potential, but I'd love to know for you and your hospitality business, is there an opportunity to attract older talent into your business as a way to not only delight your guests and provide the sort of hospitality that you want to provide, but also act as a mentor to other team members, people maybe with not as much career experience? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this. If you found the video valuable, hit that like button so I'll create more of these. I'm very interested in the role of talent and hiring in becoming better hospitality providers. And so if you'd like more on this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along with me as we learn together from some of the best hospitality providers in the world.